I'll take a shot. I have not had any time with this, so I don't even know how it projects. It's a 400 spine arrow with a 150 grain tip. I'm at about 20 yards, I think 22 yards. I don't know where the marker's at. But I'm just gonna shoot at the black and orange one and see how this thing is shooting. I don't know what it's gonna do, but we'll see. Now with these bows, just like the Korean bow has a certain hold, you have a certain hold you want with a long bow, and you want to cant it a little bit. And that gives you optimal visual with the bow. It also helps the arrow stay on the shelf and reach your anchor point. All the newer bows in the Olympics and in competitions, they have all these gadgets to hold the arrow in, and a little clicker to let you know when to release. They've got weights on them. They've got sights on them. They've got a level bubble to let you know your bow is leveled. It's ridiculous to me. I mean, that's not traditional instinctive, what they call instinctive shooting or gap shooting, or, you know, there's different names of different types of traditional shooting, but I don't like sights. I want to, like the great American archer Byron Ferguson, you know, he had that book, Become the Arrow, which is a book on instinctive traditional shooting, where you shoot enough to where you look, that arrow hits, and that takes a long time to perfect. I mean, the guy shoots aspirins out of the air and can split a droplet of water at 15 yards. I think he might be an alien. I don't know, but it's insane. But let me take one shot here and just see where I'm at here. I don't know. It's 55, so I'm gonna be. They do lob a little bit more than the Korean bow, so I'm gonna probably want to aim a little high. I just don't know what it's gonna do. Let me see. Well, let's go have a look at that. That actually impressed me. First shot. Pretty cool. That's a 10. I do like these heavier tips. They're 150 grain. So you're giving up a little speed, but it's actually impacting harder. So if you're a hunter, I'm not a hunter. I used to hunt when I was younger, but I just don't do that anymore unless I was starving and needed to eat something. I just like to shoot, but I love ballistics, and I love just the science of what's going on with the arrow. So yeah, longbows are very forgiving for some reason. I don't really know why, but you just saw right there. This is new, lended to me, and I just hit a bullseye at 25 yards, first shot. So they have a longbows are sweet. The 3-finger style is very sweet. So just wanted to throw that out there. If you're interested in archery, you can't go wrong with a longbow either. It's not just the Asian bows that are cool. Maybe step up to that at some point. But a good American longbow, or an English longbow, but you're shooting off the knuckle with that. That English longbows do not have a cutout and a shooting arrow shelf. Another really cool bow on our continent is the Comanche short bow. If you wanted to look that up on YouTube, they had a very short bow with a short draw length, but it was very powerful. It was very, not sure what the Comanches were shooting. I forgot what documentation I read, but it was somewhere in the ballpark of 60 to 80 pounds. And primarily of course the Indians weren't wearing armor and things like that. Mainly they were hunting, and their main source of food was elk and deer and bison. So they shot from horseback. So the Comanche have a rich history of archery, and if you've ever seen them do their traditional demonstrations, these Comanches are awesome at horseback archery with those little short bows, and they would have a quiver with them or have a quiver attached to the horse so they could just draw short little draw, boom. And it'd often be 2-3 warriors running down a bison, and they'd come behind him and try and get him in the vitals to put him down, and then they'd just use everything they could from that bison. That would have been a big deal for them to get a kill. The hide, the bone they would use, the meat would feed tons of people. The longbow is just cool. I'm really excited. I'm gonna definitely at some point get one of these, but I'm gonna go back to my Asian style shooting with the thumb, just because that's just what I like to do. It's so quiet in here, I love it. You hear that? Nothing. Complete peace. This is great. So, if anybody has any questions, feel free to shoot me a message or something. I love talking about archery. I used to be an instructor, Virginia instructor. That was years ago when I was 20, 21, 22, 23. But I did a lot of summer camps and taught a lot of kids how to shoot. And it's really cool to see a child learn that process, learn where their anchor point is, develop their back muscles, and before you know it, it's rewarding to see someone take something and learn it, and then when they're really into it, when you really find those kids that are dedicated, they really want to get it, they really want to make that part of who they are. They want to be an archer. And I had a few kids like that in a class that I did over in Nelson County, and there was a girl. She was 11, I think. I can't remember her name. I can't remember the two kids' names, but it's a girl 11 and a boy was I think he was 11 or 12. But they were just naturals. It did not take long for them to really get down proper form, keeping the elbow down, finding their anchor point, and making it consistent. And it showed, and it was really neat to see that, because then you feel like you did something. You gave someone a gift that they can take, and they'll surely pass it on to other people, like their children or friends or stuff, because shooting arrows downrange is a lot of fun, and unlike shooting rifles and pistols and stuff like that, as long as you don't break it and hit something like wood or metal or something, you can go get your arrow back. So you don't have to go to the gun shop and spend $45 on a box of 50 rounds that are gone in 3 minutes.